And we'll start in a child's pose. So we'll come down to kneeling towards the center of your mat and bring your knees, thighs a comfortable width apart. I like to sit hips on heels for a moment and just see how my legs are doing. Or if that's uncomfortable already, you can come forward onto your hands and then just come down onto your forearms and elbows. Kind of leave your hips up high and let your head drop down from there. So this is called a modified puppy pose. Gives your ankles a lot more space, gives your hips more space, so that you can focus on just releasing the weight of your head, right? And that's primarily what we're trying to do in this first pose, is release the weight of the head, release tension in the neck and the shoulders, and give our central nervous system a signal that it's time to slow down. It's time to turn in. We will speed up, we'll probably sweat, right? Especially if you're in the Bay Area, it's pretty hot today. But we start from a place of tuning in, and we try to carry that thread of self-awareness through the whole practice, even when we're working really hard. So this modified puppy pose is a great way to release the weight of the head. You might start with a child's pose if you're comfortable enough. Hips towards the heels, chest comes down, head releases. Arms release. If the arms are long in front, bend the elbows, let the weight of the arms drop. If they're back by the hips, right, another option, palms face up. You might lay one ear or the other instead of letting the forehead drop if that's comfortable, right? And then perhaps after a couple of breaths, switch to the other ear, just to give both sides of your neck a stretch. Right, so there's a lot of options for this child's pose, this first posture. I'll make a lot of suggestions, and that's all they are, right? So for this posture and for all of the rest that we'll try, everything that I talk about and suggest is just that, a suggestion to be compared with what you feel in your own body. And then if you need to shift something so it feels better for you, as you are now, as you're feeling this evening, then you do that. Right? Practice giving yourself permission to make your own choices. Right? Trust your own choices. Let's take a really deep breath here. Start by emptying all the air out. Fill up with a big inhale. Really let those ribs open wide. And let it go. Yoga to the people, we encourage those vocal breaths, vibrational breaths, we call them. Sometimes it's a ha with the mouth open, vibration through the larynx. Sometimes the lips are sealed with a hum. Sometimes it's a fluttering of the lips. Right. And this is a great opportunity perhaps for you to explore making sound, right? Especially if you're not used to using your voice in that way, right? Being at home, being in the privacy of your own home. But again, choose what works for you. If it doesn't work for you, no pressure. Let's do one more breath. And remembering that this first pose, whether you're in that puppy pose or you're in child's pose, you can come back to at any point in class, right? Good time to come back here is if your breath's getting choppy, the mind's getting extra busy. One more big round of breath. Exhale all the air out. Big, deep inhale, ribs back, chest open wide. And let it go. And start to bring some movement into your child's pose. Maybe you just rock side to side. Feel the forehead pressing into the texture of the mat. Noticing any tension there, and just gently imagine it melting away as you put some pressure there, and start to walk the fingers towards the top of the mat. Find a stretch through your hands, spread the fingers apart, reach forward through each finger. Okay. And then on an inhale, come forward into tabletop, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Yeah. And tuck your tailbone just a little bit, draw the belly in. Then inhale the left leg up and back. Now we're gonna start by just getting some length into the hip joints, right? A lot of us have a lot of hip tightness from sitting, or for some of us, it's over exercising, right? Trying to take advantage of those moments where we get to go outside. So reaching back through the heels, squeeze the leg tight, and then try to push the back wall away from you. And take an inhale here. Then on the exhale, with the belly in tight, reach the right arm forward. Now, if reaching the right arm forward hurts that left wrist, you can just keep both hands on the ground. Take an inhale here. Exhale, draw elbow to knee. Round your spine, tuck your chin. We're gonna warm the core up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round, elbow to knee. And one more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. And set the hand and the knee down. We're gonna go right into the other side. Reach the right leg up and back. And find length in the leg using the strength of your leg muscles. So pushing that back wall away, squeezing the thigh tight, pushing maybe through the instep of the foot more, maybe through the pinky edge side. Might change where you feel the stretch, where you feel the lengthening. Take an inhale here, and then pull the belly in as you reach the left arm forward. Right, again, if that right wrist hurts, just put the left hand back down. Make sure you're breathing here and not clenching your jaw. Maybe try that lip flutter. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round, elbows in. Two more. Inhale, reach. And round. And one more. Inhale, reach. And round. Inhale, reach. And then set the hand and the knee down. On your next inhale, drop your belly, lift chin, tailbone, cow. As you exhale, round your spine, tuck chin, tailbone, cat. Right, so now stretching into the spine. Inhale, drop belly. Okay, exhale, round. Okay. 2 more rounds of this, really opening up the chest, drawing the arm bones back as you inhale. And then pulling the navel in and letting the head drop heavy as you exhale. Good. One more. Right, now on this rounded spine with the cat pose, tuck your toes under. Take an inhale in cat pose. And on the exhale, lift the hips up high, downward dog. Right, keep that belly engaged. Doesn't have to be clenched tight, but in downward dog, you do want an active core. Pedal out your downward dog, nod your head yes. Right, yeah. Separate the hands a good width apart, enough that you feel you can release the sides of your neck. Yeah. So some of you, like David, you might try moving the hands a little further apart and then pushing down more through the pointer finger thumb. And just see how it feels, right? Just making suggestions. If something I suggest feels weird or not quite right, do what feels right. Yeah, Nikki Palma, that looks great. Beautiful. Tailbone tilts up towards the ceiling. If you feel like tightness in your legs is keeping you from tilting your tailbone up, bend your knees as much as you need to. Nod the head yes. Flutter the lips. Maybe open the mouth, stick the tongue out. Right. Stretch out your jaw. Let's take a big breath here. Exhale the air all out. Big inhale. Big exhale. Then inhale, lift the right leg up. Now, just like we did in that tabletop, right, reach back using the muscles of your leg to bring some space into the joints. Try to equalize the weight in the hands. Right? Take one more inhale, stretch back, and then stack the right hip over the left and move the right leg around. Just exploring that right thigh, right hip socket, maybe rolling the ankle. Yeah, looks nice, Ryan. Spreading the toes, maybe crunching the toes up and then spreading them out. Yeah, nice, Nikki. And then on an inhale, stretch the right leg up and back. As you exhale, draw knee to nose, shoulders over wrists, using that core again. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Now this time, push your body weight forward off those left toes and land your right foot between your hands. Good. Keep that back left knee, back heel lifted. Inhale the right arm up, left arm down, coming into a twist. Take a moment to check in with your right wrist. You might roll it out or stretch it out. Tuck your chin as you look up. Push down through both feet. And then check in with your breath. And one more inhale here. As you exhale, right hand comes down. And take an inhale, and then take a big step or a lot of small steps up to the top of your mat. Take your time. Once you're there, hang heavy. Forward, fold, let your head drop. Bend the knees as much as you need to feel your back release. Right? Sometimes you need to bend the knees a lot, especially if this is your first practice of the day or whatever reason, right? We all have different lives, different bodies. Just try to do what feels right in this moment, what is easy on your low back, right? Measure 2 fists between your feet and make sure those toes point forward. And inhale to your half lift. Just pause and breathe. And this one, I like to bring my hands up to my thighs for the first one. If you feel tension in your low back, bend your knees a little more. Stick your tailbone out and draw the rib cage forward. Tuck the chin a little bit so the back of the neck is long, and draw the elbows back. Take one more inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Let's do that half lift again. Inhale to your half lift. And you can keep the hands on your thighs, or with the belly in tight, reach the arms back by the hips for an extended half lift. And you can do this extended half lift instead of keeping the hands on the thighs whenever we do half lift. If you want a little extra work for the core, a little extra work for the legs. Okay, one more inhale. Forward fold. And then inhale up through that half lift to mountain pose. Arms reach up. Right? Standing full length of your body. You feel woozy, bend the knees. And then push the floor away. Feel for the toes, the balls of the feet, the heels, the 4 corners of the feet, if your feet had corners, pressing evenly down. Right? Leg muscles engaged, helping you to root down. Tailbone tucks, pelvis forward, low ribs in. Spread the fingers out and then open your mouth again. Ha! Touch your jaw. On your next inhale, press your hips forward, lift your heart, lean back. Exhale, hinge down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift or extended half lift. Forward fold as you exhale. Inhale all the way up, straight into that back bend. Press the hips forward, lean back. Hinge down as you exhale. Inhale, half lift or extended half lift. Forward fold. One more time. Into mountain. Right? All the way up, and the exhale carries you down. Forward fold. And one more half lift. And then releasing on the exhale, plant the palms. Step the feet back to an upper push-up plank. So the upper part of the push-up, we're going to set up our flow. Right? Tuck your tailbone in. Pull your low belly in. And squeeze your thighs tight. You can't breathe here if there's pain in the wrist or the low back. You can take your knees down. Just make sure you press your pelvis forward if you're taking plank on the knees so that you're still working your core, right? Either way, take an inhale. Exhale, lower halfway down, elbows back. Inhale, heart forward and up. Tops of the feet push down. On your exhale, navel in, lift the hips up. Downward dog, head heavy. And take a moment just to let your body process that first flow, right? On an inhale, left leg lifts up. Right, now find that length in left leg. Stretch back through your heel, contract the muscles, spread the toes. Take an inhale, reach back, and then stack left hip over right, bend the left knee, and move the left leg around. Yeah, rolling the ankles, spreading the toes. Maybe opening your mouth, sticking your tongue out. Right? Nodding the head, yes. Then on an inhale, stretch left leg up long. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Right, one more of those. Inhale, left leg long. knee to nose. Now use your whole body to help you step the left foot between your hands, right? If it doesn't get there, just use your left hand, scooch it up, right? Left ankle under the knee. That was great, Aiden. Back knee straight, back heel lifted. Inhale, left arm reaches up, right arm down. So you find your twist. Yeah. And then you use your legs in this twist to take some of the weight out of that right wrist. So we want the thighs scissoring together, low belly in. Check in with your left wrist, maybe roll it out a little, spread the fingers. Sometimes I like to just make a fist and then turn the knuckles of my hands down. That gets a nice stretch into the top of the wrist. Yeah. One more inhale. And then left hand down on the exhale. Take an inhale. We're going to step forward again. So either one big step or a few steps. Try to keep your neck relaxed. Yeah. Forward fold at the top of the mat. Nice. And then let your head fully release here. Yeah, back of the neck long, forehead facing the shins. Measure 2 fists between your feet when you're ready. Make sure your toes point forward. Inhale to your half lift, heart forward. Forward fold as you exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, hips low, arms high. Find your first chair pose. Yeah. First chair pose, hips back. Knees behind toes. All right, one day knees over the ankles, but don't force that if it causes pain or you can't breathe. Peel your chest forward and up. Yeah, so there's a back bend in this chair pose. So you got to find that point where your knees are behind the toes, but your chest is lifted, right? So chest not facing floor, chest is facing more the top of the wall in front of you, right? Relax your shoulders, spread your fingers out, maybe flutter your lips. Right, letting the body heat up and then letting the breath deepen to meet that heat. Press the air out here. One more inhale. Stand up on the exhale. On your next inhale, hips forward, lift the heart, lean back, and hinge all the way down. Forward fold as you exhale, let it go. Inhale, half lift or extended half lift. Forward fold as you exhale, bend the knees, step back, upper push-up plank. And then move through your flow. If you're taking your knees in plank, you come down to your belly. You take a little baby cobra, just lifting the chest and shoulders. And then you find your way to downward dog, hips up. So that's another way to flow. Right, from downward dog, inhale, lift right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Land right foot carefully. And bring it all the way up between the hands, ankle underneath. This time, bring the back heel down. Yeah, back heel spins down, nice. Inhale, arms, chest up, warrior one. Now check in with the front knee. Make sure it isn't passing your toes. And if it is, slide that right foot further forward. Tuck your tailbone as if you were extending a tail down your back leg and squeeze that left thigh super tight. Okay, dig down through the heels, spread the fingers out. Now try to release the shoulders. Can you imagine the tension in the jaw, the neck, and the shoulders draining down and turning into activation in the thighs, in the legs. Take another inhale, lift your heart, maybe look up. As you exhale, hands come down to frame your foot, step back, upper push-up plank, and find your flow. Good. Downward dog, head heavy. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, shoulders forward over wrist, knee to nose, land your foot. Help it up if it needs help. Back heel down. Inhale, arms, chest up. Find your warrior one. First thing is the breath. Right? So you find your breath. You notice if there's anything you're doing that's constricting the breath that you need. Right? So maybe it's the mouth, just making some space between the molars. Or maybe you're not quite feeling that much in this warrior one. If you practice a lot, especially with yoga to the people, you've done this posture a lot. So how could you make it new, right? By tuning into what is special about your body in this moment. What is unique about this moment? Maybe it's just the way one arm feels. Or maybe it's the particular thoughts or emotions that are running through, right? So acknowledging that this moment is unique. And then back to the breath. Let's exhale the air out. Deep inhale, lift your heart up. Hands down as you exhale, step back, upper push-up plank, and then find your flow. Okay. When you get back from this flow, I'll take that warrior one on your breath. So I'll talk you through the right side. The inhale lifts right leg. The exhale lands your foot gently. Back heel down. Inhale takes you into your full expression of warrior one. And the exhale brings the hands back down to frame your foot. Step back, find your flow, and move through the left side just like that. Inhale, I move. Exhale, I move. Right? And how this moving with the breath portion of class occurs to me is a way of forming a full body awareness of your breath, right? So many modalities of meditation and yoga use the breath to help draw one to oneself, right? In a mental way, right? So what if you can feel that rhythm with your entire body, right? Find that awareness with your entire body rather than just with your intellectual awareness, right? That's maybe one of the ideas behind this part of Vinyasa. Let's take a big breath. If you're able to, exhale all the air out. Deep inhale. Big exhale. Inhale, lift right leg up. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Okay, we're going to do a little more core work. Inhale, right leg up. Right knee towards right tricep. You look over the right shoulder. Yeah, inhale, lengthen right leg up. Right knee towards left tricep. You're just as close as you can get it. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen right leg up. Knee to nose. Land your foot carefully this time. Back heel down. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. Yeah, so warrior two, you got a longer stance front to back. So slide the right foot forward until you're deep in that lunge without the front knee passing over the ankle. Right? Squeeze the legs tight. Reaching the arms, arm muscles are tight. Spread the fingers out wide. Some people like to press the fingers together. They find more activation that way. Lift the chest, but tuck the lower ribs in. And then let's close the eyes for a moment. Right, just an invitation. Just touch on whatever's right there for you. Right? Maybe it's the burning in the legs. Maybe it's the breath, the heat. Maybe it's something else. Well, let's practice using our breath to take space from whatever we need space from. Exhale the air out. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more inhale here. On your exhale, hands down to frame right foot. Now step back and pause in your upper push-up plank. Bring the right knee down. Pivot the right foot towards the right side of your mat. And then pour the weight into right hand. Roll to the instep of left foot. So it's a supported side plank. Reaching up through left fingers. You might lift the left leg up. Okay? You might reach the left arm forward. And puffing the chest towards the wall you're facing. Find your breath. One more inhale here. And exhale, bring the foot and the hand down. Come back to upper push-up plank and find your flow. Or just meet us in downward dog. Downward dog, inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist. Inhale, lengthen left leg again. Exhale, left knee towards left tricep. Maybe looking over the shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left knee towards right tricep, bringing twist into the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Land your foot carefully. Back heel down. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Big breath as you arrive. All right, spread the feet further apart. Push down through the feet as you sink lower in the lunge. Spread the fingers out, squeeze them together, what works better for you. And then once you're in the posture, you don't have to think about the posture anymore. Right? You do your best to find the version of the shape that works for you in this moment, in this practice. And then you find your breath. You feel, you experience that shape. Move away from letting it just be another thing you're getting done and into something you're inhabiting, you're experiencing. Exhale the air out here. One more big inhale. And hands down as you exhale. Step back, pause in your upper push-up plank. Bring the left knee down. Left foot out to the left. Roll to the instep of right foot. Reach the right arm up. Supported side plank. Maybe lift the right leg up. Maybe reach the right arm forward, palm facing down. Push the floor away from you through those left fingers, that left palm. Squeeze the right leg tight. Take one more inhale. And then slowly everything comes down. Find your way to upper push-up plank. Find your flow. When you get back from this flow, you find warrior one and warrior two on your breath, right? So inhale, lifts right leg. Exhale, lands the foot. Inhale to come up to warrior one. Exhale, opens to warrior two. Right? Take an inhale there. And you keep moving and breathing, just like that. Inhale, I move. Exhale, I move. So tuning into your breath rhythm, right? The rhythm that works so intimately with your heart. The rhythm that is perhaps more you than so many other things, right? It became you, is unique to you, was unique to you from that first breath you took. So much emphasis on the respiratory system and lungs right now. I know that I've had a lot of anxiety, moments of anxiety around my lungs and around breathing, I'll just be honest, but just taking a moment to feel my lungs expanding as I inhale. Feel them spill as I exhale. Reminds me that right now, right in this moment, in this breath, I'm okay, right? Feel your lungs in this moment. You're okay. Let's take a breath together. Exhale all the air out. Big inhale, expand open. Big exhale. Right. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, tiptoe or hop up to the top of your mat. And hang heavy once you're there. Find your forward fold. And really take this forward fold. Maybe you cup opposite elbow and opposite palm, bending the knees, rolling the way forward to the balls of the feet. Right? If your back feels nice and released, your arms feel heavy. Maybe you start to straighten the legs a little bit more, right? And then measure 2 fists between your feet when you're ready. Toes point forward, heels back. Inhale to your half lift, heart forward. Forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, chair pose, hips low, arms high. Right. Sit your hips back, reach your arms forward. This is the second set, so your body has some muscle memory. So see if you can just sink into the feelings, right? What are you feeling? Muscle burn, sweat, right? Those are all indications your body's working well. Take one more inhale. Forward fold on the exhale, release down. Again, give yourself a deep couple of breaths here. How quickly and how deeply can you release into this forward fold? And then inhale, hips low, arms high. Find your second set, or rather third set of chair pose. And what do you need from this posture, right? All these postures are here to serve you in some way, right? That's what this practice is about. It's about learning what we need and learning how to fill our own needs, right? Gaining autonomy when it comes to giving ourselves what we need moment to moment. Maybe close the eyes, flutter the lips out, open the mouth, right? I used to race on sailboats, and when things got really intense, which they really did out in the bay, sometimes I would just yell, Poseidon! So maybe that works for you. Let's take a breath together. Exhale all the air out. Shh. Deep inhale. Let it go. Release, forward fold. Letting it all go. Head heavy. Bend your knees and interlace your fingers behind your back. Okay, now bending the elbows. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and let the arms drift forward. Let the forehead drift towards the shins. Just bringing a shoulder stretch into this forward fold. And then bring the hands back towards the base of the spine and switch the interlacing of the fingers. And then squeezing the shoulder blades together, come back into the stretch. Maybe you notice a difference, maybe not. All right, back of the neck, long, forehead towards shins. One more inhale here. And hands back to the base of the spine. Release the arms down from there. Inhale, half lift, extended half lift. Forward fold as you exhale. Step back, go forward. Find your way to upper push-up plank. Find your flow. Right, head heavy once you get back to downward dog. All right, from downward dog, inhale, right leg lifts up. Exhale, knee to nose, land right foot carefully, back heel down. Inhale up, warrior one, exhale, warrior two. Find your nice long warrior two stance. Flip the right palm up, inhale, stretch forward. Reverse your warrior as you exhale, reach to the ceiling with right fingers. Tuck your chin to lengthen the back of the neck. Right, so it's a more looking towards the armpit, not an active pressurizing of the throat. And relax the airways. Left shoulder releases, maybe left arm behind the back. Push the back of the hand into the hip. Activate left arm to draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Take one more inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hands down to frame your foot. A pause in this upper push-up plank. We're gonna do a full side plank. Right hand under the nose, roll to the outer edge of right foot, reach left arm up. All right, now if you need to modify in any way to make this work for you, then go for it. You can stagger your feet. You can bring the right knee down. You might reach left arm forward. And some of you might try a toe lock, taking your first, second fingers, poking them around your big toe, and then kicking your left leg, left heel up towards the ceiling. All right, one more inhale. Slowly make your way back to your plank. Find your flow, or just meet us in downward dog. All right, downward dog. Big breath, smooth it out, spread the fingers out. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Yeah, exhale, knee to nose, land left foot carefully between your hands. Back heel down, inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two, left arm forward, right arm back. Yeah, slide the feet further apart. Beautiful. All right, that looks good. David, looks good. Natalie, flip the left palm up. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Reach to the ceiling with left fingers. Try to stay low in the lunge. Exactly, Aiden. That was awesome. Think of bringing your tailbone underneath you more and tucking your low ribs in. So we really are targeting the side of the body and bringing length into the side of the body, both sides, right? So try not to crush that right side. Take one more big inhale and exhale, hands down to frame your foot. Step back, pause in your upper push-up plank. We're gonna move to that side plank, feet together, left hand under the nose, roll to the outer edge of left foot. Yeah, and you know, if you come to it and you fall out, absolutely, just try again. If you need to modify, you're doing such good work, right? These poses are not in a hierarchical structure. It's about what works for you, right? Take one more inhale wherever you are. Back to plank on the exhale. Find your flow. Okay, when you get back from this flow, we'll take warrior one, warrior two, and that reverse warrior on your breath. You can add the side plank if you want to. Right, I'll talk through the right side. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, land your foot carefully. Back heel down, inhale, up, warrior one, lifting the heart. Exhale, warrior two, right arm forward, left arm back. Flip the right palm up, inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Take a big inhale to right ribs there. Exhale, hands down. If you're going for side plank, try to roll onto the outer edge of right foot on that exhale, so that you can pull your belly in. Take a breath there. Keep moving, breathing. Now, if you miss a detail or you're not sure if you're moving on the right part of the breath, it's okay. This is a practice. And eventually, as you tune into your body and learn how to return to the sensations in your body when the mind wanders, right? Learn how to tune in deeper, in a deeper way. You'll be able to feel for yourself, right? Is it more useful for me to do this on an inhale or an exhale? Is it more useful for me to do this on one round of breath or 2 rounds of breath? And ultimately, that's what we want at Yoga to the People, is for people to tune into their own teacher, right? Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, draw knee to nose, land right foot carefully between hands, back heel down, pause here. Sense up on your fingertips to draw your rib cage forward. So think of that half lift. And then inhale, arms back by the hips, palms facing down. Find your power lunge. Right? Digging down through both heels, pulling the low belly in. Okay. Interlace the fingers, and then draw the knuckles down your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. So think more chest opening than yanking the knuckles back. You focus more on relaxing across the collarbones. Take one more inhale here. On the exhale, reach the arms forward, biceps by the ears. Extend your power lunge. Right? The power comes from your feet. So if you feel like you're losing strength in that left leg, shorten the stance a little bit. Squeeze the heels towards each other. Now press the air out here. Inhale up, warrior one. We're going to come back to the power lunge. Power lunge on the exhale. We're going to flow through those two. Inhale up, warrior one. Power lunge on the exhale, right? 3 more. Inhale up. And power lunge on the exhale. Big breath. Inhale. Big exhale. Right, 1 more. And power lunge. Right, now interlace your fingers again. Draw the knuckles down. Take an inhale to puff up your chest. This time, humble warrior. Belly in tight. Head drops towards the inside of right knee. Absolutely does not have to be in line with it. Make sure your legs are strong. I know they're burning. Hold the navel in. 1 more inhale here. Exhale, chest up, release the grip. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. Spread the fingers out wide. Take an inhale here. Exhale, right forearm to the top of right thigh, left arm reaches up. Modified side angle. Some of you might choose full side angle, right? Reaching that right arm down the inside of right leg. Just make sure your chest doesn't collapse. Reach left arm forward, bicep over the ear, palm facing down. Now some of you might reach right arm up to meet the left. Finding your core strengthener. Lengthen through both sides of ribs. Take one more inhale. Exhale, hands down. Now, shorten your stance. Bring the left foot up and then move the right foot over to the right. Stay low in the lunge. Do your best to keep that back heel down. Inhale, right arm up, left arm down. Revolve side angle. Okay, breathe. Every inhale, feel for wrists pulling apart. Every exhale, draw your navel in. One more inhale. Right hand comes down. Shorten your stance a little bit more. We're going to work towards pyramid pose. Take a little half lift here, drawing your heart forward. And then let your hips shift back and start to straighten out your right knee. You might keep a bend to the knee as you drape your torso down. If you're feeling a deep stretch with a bend to the knee, then that's great. Just stay there. Okay. If your leg is straight, push down through the ball of the foot, the base of the toes, squeeze the top of the thigh. Do your best to release your head. Big breaths through the back body here. Inhale, draw the heart forward, bend the right knee, plant the palms, step back carefully, upward push-up plank, and find your flow. Good, downward dog. Take a moment. Might feel quite lopsided. It's just your body shifting. Head heavy. Good. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Back heel down, pause here. Tense up on your fingertips. Feel for your low belly pulling in already here before we enter that power lunge. Try to keep your low belly locked in. Arms back by the hips, palms down. Right, so check in with that core again. Anytime we're lunging like this, right, rib cage drawing forward away from hips, super important to keep the low belly and the core engaged to support your low back. Squeeze the pinkies towards each other. Find a different interlacing of the fingers, the one that feels less familiar. Draw your knuckles down. Stretch open the chest. Okay. Every inhale brings a little more space into where you're feeling the resistance. And every exhale, see if you can let go of some of that resistance. One more inhale here. Extend your power lunge. Biceps by the ears. Palms face each other. Press the air all out. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. And back to power lunge on the exhale. Big breaths. Inhale up. And power lunge. Right, 3 more. You might try inhaling through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more. And navel in. Last one. Power lunge. Pause here. Interlace your fingers again. Draw the knuckles back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take an inhale. Round down. Humble warrior. Belly in tight. Head heavy. Try to release your neck as best you can. Keep those legs strong. Keep pushing down through that back right heel. And one more inhale here. Exhale, chest up, release the grip. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. Warrior two on the exhale. Lengthen your stance, find your breath. Inhale here, exhale, left forearm to the top of left thigh, right arm reaches up. Go for your full side angle, left arm down the leg if you want. Reach right arm forward, bicep over the ear, palm facing down. Go for your core strengthener if you want. Squeeze your heels towards each other. Maybe press your palms. One more inhale. Exhale, hands down, frame your foot. Now adjust your stance. Maybe bringing that right foot forward. Try to keep the right heel down, left foot to the left. Reach the left arm up, right arm down. Find your breath. Inhale. Where do you feel that inhale? Exhale. Where do you feel that exhale? One more inhale. Left hand down. Shorten your stance more. We're going to move towards that pyramid pose. Inhale, a little half lift, heart forward. And then start to move hips back, straighten that left knee very gently. Head heavy. Right. So bend the knee as much as you need to feel a stretch, but no pain, no pinching, no pulling. It might be very uncomfortable, but it should not be acutely painful. Right? Sometimes discomfort is useful. Sometimes pain is inevitable, but in general with this practice, acute, sharp, pinching pain is not something you want to endure. One more inhale here. And start to bend the left knee, plant the palm, step back, upper push-up, plank. Breathe through your flow. Right, downward dog. Head heavy, shake it out. Nod the head yes, turn gaze side to side no. Check in, what has shifted in your body? Maybe open your mouth, stick out your tongue. Let's take a big breath in downward dog. Exhale all the air out. Big inhale. Big exhale. Right. Inhale, shoulders over wrists, upper push-up plank. And then lower all the way down to your belly. Right. Now we're going to do some more back bending here on the floor. Reach your arms forward, palms face each other. Untuck your toes and bring your legs together. For superhuman posture, you want to go for length. Your breath will probably shorten, so just keep breathing. Inhale to lift everything up. Arms up, legs up. All right, now just see how high you go on that first inhale and then work it on the breath, right? Inhale, lengthens. Exhale, try to lift a little higher. Right? Inhale, go for length. Exhale, legs a little higher. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Go a little higher on the exhale and let it go. Right? Arms back by your hips, palms facing up. Look to the right. So you have your left ear resting on the floor. Passive neck stretch here. Also teaching the body to go from 100 to 0. Using the breath as a vehicle for the shifting of states in the nervous system, right? We're building resiliency here with these postures. Your chin center, arms reach forward, palms face each other, legs together. Now, if you have another back bend posture like a bow, floor bow, or some other back bend that you would like to do here that you've done before, you're welcome to. Otherwise, one more set of that superhuman. Arms long, palms face each other, legs together, toes untucked. Exhale the air out. Lift everything up on the inhale. Right, arms up, legs up. Nice, Makiko, beautiful bow. Roll the weight forward to the soft part of your belly if you're in that floor bow. If you're in superhuman, don't give up. Spread the fingers out wide. Draw your gaze forward and up. Take one more inhale. Release down. Opposite ear to the mat. Arms back by your hips. Palms face up. Most of us looking to the left with the right ear on the mat, but just look in the opposite direction. Maybe push your belly into the floor as you inhale. Right, deep breaths. And bring your chin back to center when you're ready. Hands under your shoulders. Gently press up to tabletop. Now, if you feel like you need a couple of moments in this tabletop, maybe some cat-cows. Maybe C-curving the spine, right shoulder to right hip, left shoulder to left hip. Go ahead and give that to yourself. We'll start to make our way to standing on the knees for a set of camel. All right, one last back bend. 2 fists between the knees, just like in our forward fold. But knees can be wider if a wider base feels safer for you. Let's inhale the shoulders up. And roll them down the back. All right, 2 more like that. Inhale, shoulders up. Roll them down the back. One more. Roll them up. Roll them down the back. And then draw the elbows back, hands to the base of the spine. Fingers point down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and press your hips forward. And take an inhale, lift the chest, and let the head release back. You might feel some intense sensations here if that's the case. I really encourage you to stay and feel. Right? Breathe and feel, rather than pushing towards the shape that you've seen or towards what you think this shape should look like. Right? Now, if you are going deeper, just keep the hips forward, keep the heart lifting. Make sure the weight doesn't collapse into your hands. Release your neck. One more inhale. Now the chest comes up first, the chin comes down last. Hands come to the floor, hips come to your heels, or come to a cross-legged position. Something that feels comfortable enough to take a breath in, and that's just what we're gonna do. Right? So a lot can come up in camel, a lot can come up at any point during the day in these times, right? There's so much happening. And a lot of us are trying to process it mostly alone, although you are not alone. And perhaps not one of us has ever been less alone. Right? This whole world is going through this. So let's all take a breath for whatever we need space from, right? In this moment, whether it's a big thing, a little thing, whatever it is for you, exhale all the air out. Big inhale. Big exhale. All right, stay here longer if you feel like it's just what you need. Otherwise, bring your legs out from underneath you and lay your legs out long. Bend the knees a bit. Scooch the flesh off the sits bones. We're going to go for a seated forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up and hinge down. And just bend the knees as much as you need to for the low back to be comfortable. So this one is meant more as a release for the back of the spine, less an intense leg stretch. But if your spine feels good, you want that leg stretch, right? Even with the knees bent, pull the toes back, contract the ankles so that the tops of the feet are pulling towards you. And I'll bring the stretch into the calves. Right? If your legs are straight, squeeze those thighs. Take your peace fingers, hook them around your big toes, and pull your big toes towards your heart. Pull your heart towards your big toes. If it feels comfortable to release your head, go ahead. Inhale for a mini half lift, heart forward, bring length into your spine. Exhale, rest in that length that you just created. All right, one more inhale. Slowly make your way up on the exhale. Bring the bottoms of the feet together. We're going to do a seated butterfly, knees open wide. Now you can bring your hands around the shins just above the ankles or interlace the fingers and place them underneath the pinky edge side of your feet. Right? Just want to make sure there's no pain in the groin. It'll feel like an intense stretch, but shouldn't be sharp shooting. If you're wincing, back off a little. Take an inhale, draw the heart up. Exhale, hinge down. When you feel the muscles catch, try to release your belly. Pause there, and then work into the resistance with your breath. Inhale, makes a little space. Exhale, you settle a little into that space. If it feels all right to drop your head or even push your elbows to the insides of the knees or legs, and go for it. Inhale, make some space. Exhale, settle into that space. And one more inhale here. And slowly come up As you're ready, hands help the knees together. Okay, make sure you're sitting about the middle of your mat. Reach your arms forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower as slowly as you can. Tucking your tailbone in, pulling your belly in, all the way down. Draw your knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. We all need a hug. Right, touch is one of those needs that can be so easy to forget about until you don't have it for a while. And so practicing and squeezing my own legs and holding myself has been very, very helpful in these long stretches of very little, if any, human contact. When you're ready, bring the bottoms of the feet together. Another butterfly, supine butterfly. Interlacing fingers around pinky edge sides of feet. Tuck your chin so the back of the neck is long. And then release your tailbone. Try to keep your wrists straight, just using the interlaced grip of the fingers to keep the hands and feet together. So the shoulders and head can release on the ground. Release your belly. Exhale the air all out. One more big inhale here. Happy baby on the exhale. Feet open wide, ankles over knees, knees wider than the ribs. Rocking side to side. Maybe making it an active hip stretch, pulling the feet down, keeping the heels up. Opening the mouth, sticking the tongue out. Let's do a Kali breath here together. We'll exhale first to prepare. Inhale to scrunch up all the muscles of your face. Squeeze your cheeks for your breath. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Open wide, stick out your tongue. And then as you're ready, find your Savasana, legs long, arms alongside body, palms face up. Maybe tuck your shoulders underneath you a little bit, tuck your chin a little, just to lengthen back of neck. This is the last posture of this sequence for this practice. This posture asks us to practice being with ourselves, just as we are, right? And the people that developed this ancient practice perhaps knew that that's no short order. Asking a person to be with everything they don't want to change about themselves in their life, everything they do want to change. Right? Perhaps that's why it's at the end of all of these other postures, all this other moving and breathing. So I encourage you to give this Savasana as many breaths as you can. Even after I end class and talk people out of it, you're welcome to stay, right, and practice. Thank you so, so much for practicing. Thank you for tuning in. And we've always been and we always will be a donation-based studio. I'll put the link to donate in the chat box. If you can donate, please do. We ask for 12. It's not a floor or a ceiling. Now, as I'm reading these announcements, everyone is going through so much, and I recognize that. If you have to get up, that's totally fine. If you can stay, please stay. We have a teacher training coming up that we're going to start virtually, which is our first time for us at Yoga to the People. Teacher training completely changed my life. Not in the sense of it being something that did the work for me, but in the sense of it giving me tools to guide my life in directions that I felt were better than the directions it was headed in at the time. And what a better time to learn how to make choices for yourself that you feel are really right for you, right? Learning the difference between the things you can and can't control. So please, you can look on our website, yogatothepeople.com. We're also having 2 open houses on Zoom next week, Saturday on May 2nd, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Wednesday on May 6th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, after the master classes. So if you're interested in our 200-hour training, our 50-hour intensive, links in the website, yogatothepeople.com. All right, class ends with a quote. Please, you're welcome to stay in Savasana. You're welcome to click me off whenever you need to for more quiet. This quote comes from Joseph Campbell. Where you stumble is where your treasure lies. One more time, exhale all the air out. Deep, full inhale. And a big exhale.